Crank it deep. Yo, we are live.
Showtime.
Showtime. Your boy Diddy. Woo!
Diddy acting up, man.
Man, so much to talk about. Diddy doing this famous thing again. Hold on, let me get the ticker going. Diddy. Diddy, and Mo Diddy. Good afternoon, lunchtime. Mini me on time, y'all. The gang is coming in. We got to go over this Diddy. We got a lot to go over it, but we're going to definitely start off with this Diddy news. I'm sure Greg got some hot topics. We go over Greg's hot topics.
Yeah, got quite a bit.
Amy in the building, me in the building. Like and share the live as you come in. We got a long one for you. This is a Friday. We made it to another Friday, y'all. Hey, Greg, how you feeling, man?
Man, like $1 million. You already know. What about you?
Man, I'm feeling good. Just glad to get to another weekend. You know, we be grinding during the week.
Hustling and bustling.
Hustling and bustling. So when the weekend come, I'll be like, whoo.
Yeah.
Get a chance to recharge, reload. Cut the music. We in here.
Yes, sir.
We got Miss Good News. Everybody say hello to Miss Good News. I don't know if Miss Good News has been with us before, but it's the first time I saw her in chat. Chat show how we greet all our visitors and everybody who gonna rock with us. We have the best crew on YouTube, online, period. Everybody, Pearl Glenn is in the building. One of my great subscribers, Pearl Glenn, glad to see you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Miss Good News. Welcome all the usual suspects to another lunchtime with Flo and G Money, a.k.a. Greg, a.k.a. the Money Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, so I ain't even going. Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. We're gonna get into this Diddy news. Shout out to one of our members. I don't think she's in here right now, but the Flow Show family definitely wants to wish Nadreema a very special happy birthday. Today is Nadreema's birthday. We call her Dreamer. She was on the early show. And Nadreema treated me to lunch today on her birthday. Gave me a super chat, y'all. So Nadreema sent $50 in to the boy. I'm so appreciative. I had a Cajun chicken pasta made from garlic noodles, very healthy, very good, and had some garlic bread, a little piece of garlic bread they gave me, and what else came with it? And something else came with it. Oh, salad. And I smashed it. So thank you to Nadreema for treating me to lunch. You see the information down there in the ticker. If you want to do the same, I appreciate it. You know, they call me Greedy Flo. So, Greg, did you hear the breaking Diddy news?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You heard it? Oh, man. What'd you say?
I said, yes, I did.
Miss Good News coming here. She said somebody on TikTok said, hold on. Let me go up. Miss Good News said, oh, shoot, I missed it. Let me get back up here. Can you see it, Greg? Oh, okay, I got it. There you go. Miss Good News said somebody held a live on TikTok a few days ago saying he was released on bond and was spotted walking around in NYC.
Yeah, right.
Hey, look, he wish. Hey, look, that's
Right.
what Diddy wish he was walking around, bruh. Ain't no hope for Diddy, y'all. And this new news is more news that I get to say, I told you so. Nobody in the media was talking about how wild the defense team was looking in September when I brought it up. And I've been talking about it ever since. Now, when you ahead of the curve all the time, Greg, you know how it is, Greg. You always got to say stuff. People think you tripping, then you just got to wait for the chickens to come home to roost. It's the story of my life. It's what I built my platform on. Now everybody and their mama about to start focusing on what's going on with Diddy's legal team. Me and y'all, we've been talking about this back since September. Now one of his lawyers done withdrew.
Yeah, man. And what's his name? Anthony Rico?
Anthony Rico has withdrew. And since I already knew what been going on because I told y'all from reading the tea leaves, y'all know why he withdrew. We're gonna get into the statement. Do you got the actual filing or the statement in front of you, Greg? If not, I'll look for it on Twitter and pull it up.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. You want to go ahead and read it to him, and I'm gonna tell you exactly my thoughts, but it goes right in line with what I've been telling y'all about Diddy and this legal team. I ain't surprised. Hey, look, like they say, when I read that headline, the way my jaw didn't drop to the floor. Go ahead, Greg.
All right, so it says Diddy's legal team seems to be cracking under pressure, and now one of his defense attorneys wants out fast. According to the New York Post, Anthony Rico, one of the 6 lawyers representing the embattled hip-hop mogul in his federal sex trafficking case, has officially filed a motion to withdraw. This latest shakeup adds to the growing turmoil surrounding the Bad Boy Records founder, who continues to fight allegations that could land him behind bars for life. Rico didn't detail the reasons behind his sudden departure, but he made it clear that sticking around is not an option. Under no circumstances can I continue to effectively serve as counsel for Sean Combs, he wrote in his Manhattan federal court filing. It is respectfully regrettable. That's what I got, man.
That's good. That's good enough because it's more legal jargon, but you got the most important part. That's all we needed to read to everybody.
Right.
Give me your thoughts first, Greg, because then I'm gonna go because it don't do nothing but fall in line with what I've been saying. So I'm gonna see what your take is on this whole thing first, and then I'll go.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with, you've mentioned this a lot of times. When you're an attorney and you're in a high profile case, and you can't lawyer the way that you want to lawyer, and the client is trying to do your job for you, which in this case, I can see it written all over the wall that that's what's happening. You know, if you're smart, you will get out before the kitchen actually burns down. It sounds like that's what he's doing right here, right today. Getting out before the kitchen burns down. What's your thoughts?
There you go. I love it. I love it, Greg. You reading the tea leaves right with me, and I've been saying it. I love doing these shows in real time and having everything time step because I could go all the way back to September and I could just pull up what I said then and it would apply right now. I saw it. I saw the writing on the wall before anybody. I told you when the lawyer was on TMZ talking about Diddy got that baby oil from Costco and trying to act like he said Diddy buys in bulk, and then it was come to find out that Costco never even sold that baby oil. Boom. To most people, that was just a mistake. To me, it showed me that Diddy is just telling the lawyer anything, and that lawyer just running with it because he getting that money. Lawyer didn't even make sure they sold baby oil because he just listening to Diddy. So that let me know that this defense was being led by Diddy, not by the legal team.
Yeah.
Perfect example. Before I get into my take it back to OJ. I'm gonna tell you the difference. OJ listened to his dream team, and you could tell the difference in how the case went. You could tell even the demeanor of OJ throughout the whole case. He knew he wasn't no lawyer, and he listened to his lawyers. You could tell. And then you fast forward to this case, you can tell that that Diddy ain't listening to his lawyers. He's telling them what to do. And so I've been telling y'all this since September that the legal stuff looked crazy, and it looked crazy because Diddy is telling them what to do and not letting them do their job. But now that one of the lawyers has withdrawn or withdrew, I don't know what the correct grammar on that is, but now that happened, now people are starting to come over here to the Flow Show side. Now they starting to see what I was saying, because it ain't but so many reasons why he withdrew. It's really only, based on his statement, it's only two reasons. And one of them is my main reason, and the other reason, it could be a possibility. The reason that's not something I brought up that's possible is that some type of crazy evidence has came and he don't want to continue. I don't think that's the case. I'm just giving you a possible scenario. And then also it could be they could be trying to do some underhanded, sneaky, illegal type stuff in order to fight this case. That's a strong possibility. But it sounds like exactly what I'm saying, the way he withdrew and the way he said, I have given Diddy a high-level attorney, I've given him a high-level representation, and he said now he just cannot continue. Y'all, that sound like, just like what I said, that sound like a man who's there, he's not letting them do their job, and he done with it. But the other lawyers, they good with listening to Diddy because they know, hey, I'm getting paid anyway. And so you got two different kind of people. You got lawyers that like the guy who pulling out, who don't want to be involved in this mess. They look what they call that amateur hour. That's one thing. To real, like, people in the legal system and people who follow these cases, Diddy's legal team look like they're operating like public defenders. For all this money Diddy's spending, I haven't heard one person say they're impressed with anything that his lawyer has done up until this point. And when you hire a dream team, that's already odd. You know, these the top lawyers in New York. He's spending all this money, and they haven't done anything that we feel like, wow, did he get his money's worth with these lawyers? We never felt that, not yet. It is going to get 100 times worse once this trial starts. Diddy's legal defense, I'm calling it now, this will be the most dumpster fire. People going to be arguing. They're going to be fighting. It's going to be other lawyers going to withdraw. It's going to be a mess. Watch what I tell you, Greg.
I agree.
But like I said, that is exactly why, and I've been said it. I called it a long time ago. Diddy, this is Diddy. I know how Diddy mind work and those that are like Diddy. This is what he's saying. I know what's best for me. I'm the one whose life is on the line with this case. If I'm going down off my direction. That's what a person like Diddy, that's their that's how they rationalize this. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna sit back and just listen to his legal team like he should. What you think, Greg?
No, man. He too ego driven. for that. He's still the only thing he can hang on to right now behind them bars is his ego. So he ain't about to just all of a sudden put that to the side because of some attorneys. Because, like you saying, in his mind, he thinks he's smarter than the attorneys.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm the
saying?
one paying y'all. That's his
Right.
mentality. I'm the one. If y'all was as smart as me, y'all have $1 billion like me. That's how he
Right.
thinks.
Ego, man.
Ego will take you down faster than anything. This is one of the loudest I told you so's that I've had so far in 2025 because literally nobody has been talking or even paying attention to how terrible this whole defense has been going. I ain't got nothing to do with the evidence. I'm just talking about Diddy's legal representation, the way they operate has been. I've seen public defenders do better than this.
But you got to see now. There's a flip side to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but what we don't know is what their uphill battle is, man. You know what I'm saying? His attorneys.
I'm not
like
blaming
what
his attorneys. I'm talking about Diddy.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Diddy. This is squarely on Diddy. I ain't talking about his attorneys. I said he not letting the attorneys do their job. I'm talking about the result. You know what I'm saying? If Diddy, that's why I used the OJ example. OJ sat back and let his dream team work. Diddy ain't doing that. Yeah. And I'm sure initially, they tried to force their hand a little bit. And you know how they do, Greg? Diddy, man, trust me on this. We should do this. Diddy ain't going for it. So I ain't blaming the lawyers at all because I know it's Diddy making all them calls. Come on, man. To come out of nowhere talking about now you trying to use this is why the guy withdrew. Now you coming out of nowhere saying that your charges should be dropped because you're a powerful black man, and normally these charges aren't they go unpunished. That's what you coming with? Don't no real lawyer want to be a part of that in February. You saying this?
And can you imagine what I guess what I was trying to say is, can you imagine what his lawyers are looking at?
Oh man, I wouldn't want to be them, Greg. I wouldn't want to be. I could not work. I'll be like, dude, Greg, that's you. The dude who went through.
I see your face on the videotape. How are we gonna be able to explain this out? You know what I'm saying? There you go again and again and again.
Hey, Greg, you could look at that lawyer and tell that he one of them. Like, look, if you ain't gonna do it the right way, I'm out.
And it's when too much, bro. We got to do it the right way, or you're already done. We're trying to not just have you up under the jail, Mr. Combs, is what they saying.
Combs ain't listening, bro, at all.
No,
and that's probably why dude had to just withdraw. But guess what? See, you know how it goes. Some people don't give a damn about the money, right? But what's his name? The other lawyers, they stand on board. They say, I'm getting these millions. Yeah, Diddy, what else you want me to do? You know what I mean? Hey, I keep telling them what you want me to tell them and keep getting $5,000 an hour.
Yeah, you know unless this is a domino effect. He's just the first domino to fall. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, you're right. I wouldn't be surprised. That's why I say this is gonna be a dumpster fire. Yeah, it's gonna get wild. Because guess what? Did he think he got money to buy another lawyer or whatever? So he is going to be, like you said, Greg, I wouldn't be surprised if it was more heads to roll.
Or, his ego's so crazy that with this guy dropping out, he might just be like, "Fire! I'm firing all of y'all. I'm starting all over again." You know what I'm saying? Just for to save face. You know what I'm saying? I can see that happening too. Like, I'm done. Diddy's whole lawyer base, they're gone now. He's starting from scratch, blah, 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 blah. I can see that happening too, man, messing around with Diddy, for real.
I'm with you. Hey, look, they ain't, because they like, man, this dude is not listening. And you making all of us look bad. And it ain't gonna stop. Diddy ain't gonna turn over no new leaf. He ain't gonna do nothing but get worse as the real trial come on. And then guess what? Next month, we got the co-conspirator letter coming, the enterprise letter. And on the enterprise letter, they supposed to spell out all the co-conspirators, all kind of stuff. And so it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. And I'm like, even when you predict stuff and see writing on the wall, it still hits you hard when it happened. I'm like, wow, this dude just pulled out just because he tired of working with you, bro.
Yeah.
He said the money ain't even worth it, huh?
That's what I'm saying. And that's kind of hard for an attorney to turn down some money, some layup money too.
Down money. Do you know how serious it got to be for him to withdraw on his own?
Yeah.
They say he cannot. I mean, even because of the laws and how they protect the lawyer-client relationship, he couldn't even say much. It's like he said as much as he could say to let us know that it's something. You know, he could have just said, he could have made up a reason. He could have said, hey, I'm withdrawing. It's overwhelming or anything. You know, I got family bit, personal reasons. He could have said anything just to make it casually a little smooth motion. But he specifically said, I gave him top tier service. And now there's no way I can continue. That's a hell of a statement, especially when you consider he can't really even say nothing.
Can you imagine how Diddy is talking to them, man? These grown men that's trying to save his life? Man. What?
Crazy. And one thing about it, because it's the black man that withdrew.
Right.
The black lawyer. One thing about, we, especially when we dealing with each other, we got a short fuse. You know how it be, Greg? He like, man, I'm out of here, man.
You ain't gonna just keep calling me names every day I come up in here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be too many of them MFers, BITCHs. I'm not gonna be able to do it, bro. That's what he said.
Man, I would not want to be Diddy's lawyer. I wouldn't even want to be Diddy's gardener, man. I wouldn't have been nothing working for nobody like that, bro. Because I will end up going in their mouth.
I mean, we've seen it on a small scale just through shows in the past. Just, you know what I'm saying? We've seen the belittling of, regular folk or folk that, is trying to be a benefit to him. Man, he didn't talk so crazy to so many people. I've yet to understand why ain't nobody put hands on him, man.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that's a possibility, Greg, also that I mentioned, and we could talk a little bit more about that, is there could be some shady practices going on that he don't want to be a part of. That's a strong possibility, along with everything else we saying. Because think about it.
Because he in there like whatever. What do we got to do? I need you to talk to so and so and so and so and get them to back down. He could be sending them out on kamikaze missions, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Think about it. What type of why would you? I'm gonna go back to this example again. why would you? I would never do this, Greg. You would never do this. But people like Diddy who don't care, why would you lie and tell your lawyer that you got that baby oil from Costco and Costco don't even sell it? But Diddy don't know that. But he just telling his lawyer anything. I'm not gonna tell my lawyer no information on something that the whole world looking at. I'm not gonna just willy-nilly throw him no info. That right there show you. You know what I'm saying? He don't really, don't give a, he gonna say whatever at that time for him. He don't care how it make you look. Greg, if you was my lawyer and I told you some information about baby oil and then you went on national TV and repeated it and then you found out they don't even have it, how would you look at me going forward as a client?
It's probably one of the main reason why dude checked out. He's like, I cannot continue to do this. You got me wanting to lie. You got me calling people I ain't supposed to be calling. You're offering me all kind of bribes to go do this, to go do that. They probably like, man, you about to not only, make me lose my law license, I'm gonna be getting sued.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's serious, it's deep. And not only that, it also makes Diddy look more guilty. We ain't speaking about that. That's kind of like obvious, but that does not look good for Diddy for his attorney to withdraw and say that he can't possibly work for him no more.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of strange to me that Diddy doesn't really. I mean, the attorneys that he have, I'm pretty sure they some high-powered attorneys.
Yeah.
But to me, it seems like he would have more of the, like a Bugsby type of attorney leading the punch. Somebody that can, speak to the public, get out in front of things. Kind of just like a.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like a prime time attorney, like what's OJ? What was OJ's attorney name?
Cochran.
Johnny Cochran. That's crazy.
Even
That's
a Shapiro. Even a Robert Shapiro. Even a Kardashian. Rob Kardashian was more polished. He got. You know what Diddy got, Greg? And you're making a good point, and because I was already thinking that as well. Diddy got the lawyers that somehow work their way up where they get top money, but they come across as scam artists. That's Diddy's attorneys. They like if y'all ever watch the show American Greed, and it be these guys that come up with these schemes. And they always know how to put a suit on and get millions of dollars from people. And then they end up getting caught and then they got to do time. They always look like Diddy's lawyers. They always look like that.
You even see Jay-Z. You see his attorneys doing,
PowerPoint
presentations. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. And see, that right there is the difference between Diddy and Jay-Z when it come to handling their business. So you can say what you want about Jay. He ain't been brought up on nothing yet. So we got to deal with what's in front of us. Right. But one thing about Jay-Z, he been married all this time. He been out, he do his business, but he got partnerships with like the NFL and this and that. Jay-Z has handled himself with a lot more structure and polish than Diddy ever can. And it leads all the way up to your point, Greg, that you made about the lawyer. Jay-Z has the attorney that you think he would have for millions. And
that's a good point.
Yeah, the attorney is performing the way we thought. Matter of fact, one thing we ain't never said is how horrible Jay-Z's defense is or anything about it. It's been what it's supposed to be. But then you look at Diddy, and it's like his lawyers go right along with Diddy. They got the name, they got the look, but it ain't nothing in there.
Yeah, no cachet.
No cachet.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like a big shiny present, big box under the tree, and it wrapped good. It got the bow on it, the bow tied like the cartoon presents. And it's really just a gift that be in the department stores if you was to open it, ain't crap in there. Ain't nothing in there. It just looked good. And that's Diddy's legal team right now. Because and like I'm gonna go back to that because just like you made a point, Greg, again, it still goes back to Diddy. But real attorneys, like the dude who stepped off, are not going for you telling them what to do. They'll take your suggestions, but you ain't about to just tell them what to do. These lawyers Diddy got are doing exactly what he's telling them to do, and you can tell.
Yeah. That's it right there. That's it right there, bro. Speaking of Jay-Z, you see what Mini-Me.
Yeah, and see, that's something, I'm going to be honest with you, that's something I got to look into more because I looked into that one. It seems like they just throwing Jay-Z name in there. Like, I read that. That's why I haven't talked about it yet. I researched that case for about 2 hours last night. And it don't seem like, it seemed like something they just using his name, and it don't really seem like it's nothing to it yet. So I'm waiting for more real info to come out on it. But I did. Yeah. I looked into that Jay-Z one for 2 hours last night. And
I looked into it too.
You looked into it too, right? It's hollow. Yeah. Like, see, a lot of people, they just go with headlines and just for clicks and views. I got to look into it. If I don't see nothing there, I ain't covered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll wait till something solid comes out or somebody, you know what I mean? But what they talking about so far is really just a story to run with to get clicks and views for right now, because ain't nothing to it yet. But I'm watching it for sure. I'm watching this case for sure. Go ahead, Greg.
They just assigned it to a judge. It's really the Cash App, Square. You know, it's more business. It seems like it's a business lawsuit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
disagreement. It ain't nothing.
Yeah, it ain't nothing salacious.
It ain't nothing.
Businessmen being businessmen and suing each other for the most part.
Exactly. That's what that is. And they trying to, and then they add all the trigger words with it that don't have nothing to do with Jay-Z or any of them. That's the business, and we'll see what comes out of it. But that ain't nothing I could run with, and it ain't nothing to it. Like I said, I spent 2 hours on it last night to see. But I'm still watching it. If something develops, I'm definitely going to bring it to y'all. And me and Greg going to talk about it. But as of right now, it's just that they're using the name to get to get it out here. But ain't nothing to it yet. Like I said, I was up digging last night. Because when I saw it, I went crazy. I said, oh, shoot. Jay-Z got another one? And then I dug into it. I said, nah, this ain't nothing. Not right now.
Right. I mean, when you high profile like Jay-Z, and like you say, what you just said earlier, he got so many business ventures. That's why you got to kind of keep an attorney on retainer, because you're bound to get sued, you know, just because of who you are. You know what I'm saying? And most people understand that you are a billionaire. So if I'm going to sue somebody and try to get anything from the suit, let me add a couple billionaires in the suit too. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Let me throw some names in there to get y'all attention.
Right.
Because if I just list all these no names, ain't nobody gonna pay attention to that case.
There it is, right there.
As soon as you throw Sean Carter in there, boom, you got what you're looking for. So, like I said, we'll keep an eye on it, though. I look at every case, everything that come across my plate. I dig into it before I say if it's something or it's nothing. I dig as much into it to see if I can find a smoking gun or something really, really of substance. Just not on that one.
Yeah.
Unless we got anything else to say about Diddy's horrible attorney situation, Greg, we could go to the next thing on the docket if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. We kind of know. You broke it down in every aspect of breaking it down. You know what I'm saying? We got so many fireworks ahead of us with Diddy, man. It's just, sometimes we won't even be able to get to our other topics because we're gonna be too busy, talking about whatever that happened in his world.
Exactly, because hey, Greg, wait till this enterprise letter comes out next month. I mean, it's supposed to come out the first. Well, some people say first week of March, and then some people said no later than March 17th. So we still kind of blurry with the date right now. But Greg, when this enterprise letter drops, because this enterprise letter is going to name more co-conspirators and lay out how the businesses operated for Diddy and how they did all this, how they conspired to do all this illegal trafficking and stuff with Diddy. When that hits next month, that's going to carry us all the way to May. I'm telling you. It's you talking about fireworks. It's going to be crazy fireworks when that enterprise letter drops.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what else gonna be fireworks?
What?
Cash Patel has been confirmed as the FBI director.
Yep.
And he already promising to expose the Epstein list immediately.
Immediately. So. Hey, Cash Patel, another story that was broke on this podcast in, I forgot what month, but it was a while ago. I was the first one. Before they even did this, I said Cash Patel has already saying that Trump is going to make him the so-and-so director of whatever. And his number one thing, and this been Cash Patel's thing, he's been wanting the list. So now he in the position. So I broke that early. And now that's coming to roost. And them Epstein lists and Diddy lists are coming. You got any information on that, Greg?
Well, it's just kind of, he just got confirmed, and he barely squeaked through. I think it was like 39 to 41 or something like that. He barely got across the finish line.
That. Thanks for that
info.
Yeah. I didn't know it was that close. Wow.
Yeah, it was a squeaker. It was all Democrats voted against him and 2 Republicans voted against him. So he barely squeaked by. And
wow.
When
and
that
so
happens, you took the words right out of my mouth. When that happens, you kind of go into the position with a chip on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So, and I watched a lot of his confirmation hearing, when they grill you, ask you questions, and they was on his head the whole confirmation about him and his theories, his just all the things that people know Cash Patel to be. It came out in his confirmation, and that's probably the main reason why he barely got through the confirmation, man, because they were on his head. But mind you, he wasn't just laying down. He was in there, stating his case as well, which in turn, got him to the confirmation. So he wasn't backing down. And I just watching the confirmation, man, he seems to be a smart guy, but he seems to have that little something about him that's gonna be a issue over there at the FBI as well, messing around with him.
Right. Yeah, definitely. And like you said, Greg, he's like, "Oh, you MFs gonna try to not let me vote? Don't vote me in."
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this list coming.
And
this list coming with a bow on it, huh?
And he in control of the FBI. It's a lot of people better watch out, bro.
Hey, look, the ones who voted against him, once he still squeaked through, they like,
Yeah.
look, if we were in the cartoon, they used to pull the shirt collar.
Yeah.
It's getting hot in here, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, it's like on the Republican side, it's like they have a couple Republicans who are almost seem like they're designated to be the ones to say no to certain things because just to make it seem like it's bipartisan. And it's usually a lady from Maine, and I think her name is Susan Collins. And then I don't know who the second person was, but she tends to be that one who always votes against, Republicans who, in everybody's eyes, for the most part, be, bat-ish crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what happened here, man. He barely got through. You see, I think somebody put it in. It was 49 to 51.
Yep, 49 to 51.
We
them
boys
coming in with the info. Shout out to We Them Boys for coming through with the info.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's about to get crazy, Flo.
Oh yeah, it's about to get crazy. Them lists coming. They might make a, everybody want to shine, so they probably gonna make a press conference. They might read these names off in real time and do a big presentation. I'm telling you, watch. Oh my God.
He liked that too. He flamboyant. He liked to be, I could see the press conference now. The Epstein list, and he just ticking them off. So and so. You know what I'm saying? At a live press conference in front of the world. I can see it happening.
Yeah, man. So they the chat wants you to put your MAGA hat on and tell us about this $5,000. You got any more info from us, Greg? We waiting for our bread.
Yes, it's kind of hush. I think it was one of those things that they threw out there as bait, just to kind of get the eyes off of what it is that they're doing in these federal agencies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they definitely changed the narrative with that 5,000. Everybody got quieter about Elon fooling with their information.
Right.
5,000. Hey, look, people like, man, I'm giving these places my whole plasma for $40. You can have all my information for $5,000. I deliver it to you myself.
People got to understand, man, that these people are political animals. You know what I'm saying? They know they got psychologists studying. You know what I'm saying? They know how to put things out into the ether to change the subject, to get your eyes away from what they're really doing by giving you a bone to nibble on, and then they might do it and they'll just have you hanging in the balance trying to figure out, are they going to do it? Are they not going to do it? While in the back of the room, they doing what they really want to do.
Exactly. So how was it, Greg?
As far as what?
The Trump had invited all the black people to the White House. I thought I saw you there with Bootsy.
No, man, I wasn't up in there.
Greg?
I wasn't up in there.
I thought you was next to Lil Bootsy and who else was there? It was Bootsy.
It was Bootsy, Rod Wave.
Yeah, Rod Wave. I thought I saw Bootsy, Rod Wave, and Greg.
Kodak Black. Kodak Black.
Kodak Black.
Yeah, and it was Trump's Black History Month event. He also announced that He's going to be giving Kobe Bryant a statue. Yeah, amongst other American heroes at the event. So, yeah, they was up in that thing, man, looking crazy, looking like they was all out of like a fish out of water. You know what I'm saying?
Man. And listen, I ain't gonna never you can't get mad at Trump for representing for Black History Month, even though there's so many ways there's so much we can say about it. But if I'm just being honest, it did look like Get Out a little bit.
Right.
It looked kind of like Get Out a little bit. It kind of, you seen the movie when they was all auctioning off the people and stuff like that. It kind of reminded me of that.
Right. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I'm like, man, these boys got more felonies on their jacket than a little bit, and they up in the White House. You know
right. and they look, and we just commentating, all y'all. You got a political crowd who become unhinged whenever you even talk about politics. To that crowd, relax a little bit. We on here just talking and having a good conversation. We don't hate nobody. Don't nobody hate us. But because, hey, look, the political people don't even, I'm talking about the fans and they don't even understand that the people who are really heavy and get butthurt about politics, they argue and fight so much. Do they realize we don't even desire to be involved in that? We just have a subject. We just want to speak on it and move on. Y'all have made it to where y'all make it where most people don't even want to engage with y'all about political stuff, because it just done got to the point where it's just all out war if you ain't on their side. And I'm talking about the left and the right side. You know what I mean? And so I'll be thinking to myself, they don't even realize that while you arguing about what somebody said about a political thing, we don't even care, because y'all made it where it's not even fun to talk to y'all about it. I don't care to be a part of it. I'll speak on certain stuff that we need to speak on, but they don't. I don't like it. It's just it turned nasty, bro. It ain't the same politics that my granny and my mama and them, how they used to handle. It's different now. So I refrain. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't even want to go. I'll talk to y'all about it, but I'm not going back and forth with these extra political heads, man, because y'all do too much.
And once again, man, we're gonna talk about what we want to talk about, first of all. And second of all, you know what I'm saying? We're intelligent enough to have these conversations. We're not just on here, talking crazy. We're handling the news, what's out in the ether, and this is a free world. The main people that be kind of doing that back and forth, they be doing that back and forth about free speech. So you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be, like you say, man, we don't pick sides. We talk about everything. So if it's political and it's touching the world in some kind of way, we're gonna speak on it. We're going to speak on it in a way where it's intelligent, where if somebody does have an issue with what we're saying, then, like you say, you got to kick rocks with sandals on or flip-flops, however you say it.
Exactly. Yeah, I like sandals. They put some sandals on it. That might hurt even more. Put some hard sandals on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. And every now and then, y'all, we just got to take this pause. I like to let people know where we come from. So if you still on the ride, if you still on this ride, then I don't want to hear it, because we straightforward about what we about. You know what I mean? So every now and then, I just like to throw a little disclaimer out there, because I don't want nobody on this journey with us that don't get what the journey about. I got one side. My side is the people. Right. That's the side I'm on. I ain't no Democrat. I ain't no Republican. I ain't no none of that. I rock with the people.
Yeah, man. We're educating the community and having discussion about, whatever it is that we're trying to educate the community about. So,
Exactly.
that's our jobs. And
That's our
we're
job.
going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But,
Mm-hmm.
bro, let me talk to you. Hey, man, have you heard, and I seen somebody put it in the chat earlier, this lady here in Michigan with these kids
Oh,
who did you hear about this, bro?
I heard, but I'm glad. I hope you got some info. I just
Oh,
I just heard the heading.
I'm
Huh?
about to break it down for you,
Oh,
bro.
please, because I ain't get into the what actually. I just saw the heading when they sent it to me this morning.
Okay, so it's a lady here. She lives in Pontiac, which
Okay.
I live in West Bloomfield, Michigan, which Pontiac is probably like one of my homes is in Pontiac. So it's probably about 15 minutes away. So it's a young lady. I think she might be mid 30s. She had three kids, a boy and two girls. And basically what happened was she left them. They had an apartment in Pontiac. She left them in the apartment for like 4 years. And what she
Whoa.
would, yeah, like what she would do is she would have DoorDash bring food to the apartment, and that would be the only communication that these kids would have to the real world. If you could see the home from 4 years of these kids just not knowing how to clean up, not knowing how to do anything, because two of them are babies. The oldest is 15 now, but when all this started happening, he was probably like 10. And then the other ones are like babies. Man, the apartment was filled with boxes, feces all in the tub. Man, it is a hot mess in this apartment. Mind you, while all this is going on, she's all on Instagram with her breasts all out, DMing this man, that man, keeping the fathers away from the kids, basically, just doing all the wrong things to keep these kids in abandonment in this apartment, right? So
Uh-huh.
yesterday, the judge, they arrested her, of course, and the judge gave her a bail of $250 million, bro.
Whoa. What?
Yes, yes,
She
yes.
made Diddy
200
look like a
and
choir boy.
Yeah, $250 million, and she can't have any communication with the kids. The kids are with, family members right now, man. But it's a story that for sure I can see them turning into a movie, like quickly, man, because it was like the only time the boy went outside. He said one of the neighbors, said that, he came outside and just was like, he just wanted to, see what grass felt like because he hadn't seen it or felt it in so long. He wanted to just go feel the grass. Man, there's so many people around here so mad at this lady, man. It's such a sad story, man. Such a sad story. But the kids did make it out, outside of just living in filth for a number of years, not having any communication, no school, no anything, man. They're safe now. They're with family members who I'm assuming that care. I don't understand how, anybody allowed this to happen for 3-4 years, but they did. And yeah, man, they got her. They got her on bail. Her bail is 250 million.
Wow, bruh. What's going on in this world, man?
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
Like my boy Prophet from TikTok always say, everybody ain't supposed to have kids, man.
Right?
Everybody not supposed to have kids.
And they had like the photos of the kids before this started to happen, and they look like, just normal kids. The hair was done, they had on, good clothes, and then it's almost like something in her mind snapped, and the abuse and the abandonment started. And it just, and the only reason she got caught was because she hadn't been paying the rent. Like, she didn't pay her rent, mind you. This whole time while she abandoned the kids, she paying rent at the apartment. And then in
Okay.
October, she didn't pay the rent. And then I guess November, December, she still didn't pay the rent. And the landlord did a welfare check. And when
Mhm.
they went to when the police went over there to do the welfare check, man, they had to put on hazmat suits in order to enter the apartment, because that's how crazy it was on the inside of the apartment.
Oh
Hazmat
my
suits.
God. That's crazy. And they living in this condition.
Yeah. For years.
You said what, 5 years?
It's like 4 to 5 years. Yeah.
Wow. So did they say anything about like no family members thought anything was strange, or or anybody else? I know you said, and you said she kept them from the father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow,
That's,
for 4 or 5 years.
she's strategic. How it can be sometimes when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the male female relationship. I can definitely see that happening.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can see it
But
happening.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
can
But
see
I
it.
think
Hold on.
she
Let me say this. I can see it happening. I can't see it happening to me, but I can see it
right.
happening because after a certain point, it ain't even gonna be a year. After a certain point, I'm coming wherever I need to come. They're gonna have to arrest me about mine. But I do see how it can happen though, like for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like
know when
very
when a
easily.
yeah, when a man ain't really fully engaged
Yep,
anyway. You know
exactly.
what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yep,
So
yep.
your point is right. It wasn't even a month, and I'm like,
Hey Greg, I already know you'll be pulling up tight.
what? You know what I'm saying? So for it to go on that long, it's almost like, man, she was, premeditated, and just really keeping everybody at bay, when it came to these kids, man. And I don't know how, the family structure, her mom, grandma, I don't know how all that, that structure is with her, but she was able to do it, and the only reason she got caught is because she wasn't paying her rent. The only reason she got caught is that welfare check from the landlord.
Wow. What the heck is going on, man?
Yeah. And bro,
So,
you gotta. I wish you could see, like, because my girl, she from Pontiac, so they kind of know these people, and they can easily access their Facebook pages. Man, bro, if you could see somebody while the kids are over here starving, or not really starving because she was sending them food, DoorDash, but living in those conditions, she on Facebook with the latest gear. She got, like I'm saying, she's seductive all over the place, man. Man, they saying she might get life. That's what they saying.
I don't like the word might.
Yeah, that's what they saying, man. You know how the
Yeah, I
system
want her to
is.
get. I want her to get life under the
Mhm.
jail. I want her to
Yeah,
do her time under the jail.
I just don't understand. I'm trying to, like, I'm waiting for it to advance so we can kind of get more details, because I'm like, mentally, what was happening there? Like, how do you do that? Like, you
Right,
have to have something not right with you mentally in order to abandon your kids in that way for that many years while you're just out here living your best life.
right. Yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, man, that's been the big hot topic around, Michigan in these neck of the woods, man, everybody just floor. You even go in the store. I was in the store. It's in the gas station. They was talking about it.
It's one of them.
Yeah, it's one of them.
Stories. Everybody talking about it in Michigan. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, not just in Michigan. It was just on ABC News.
Well, no, I know it done went national. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know how it is when it happened in your neck of the woods. Everybody talking about it. Kind of like, like Cleveland. We done had our stories that went national, but when it happens,
everybody around the area is on the story, man. In disbelief, of course.
Right. Yeah, man. Well, Sid, let's stay in Michigan. We all want to know your thoughts on Claressa.
You know what, man? This is, of course she got caught, smoking weed or whatever the case may be. She claiming she wasn't, or whatever. They said she didn't pass the drug test because of marijuana. Mm-hmm. And my thoughts about Claressa is, number one, she got to be careful because of the environment that she comes from, right?
Now break that down. So I'm gonna stop you right there, Greg. Break down the environment that Claressa comes from, and break down your back, kind of, what coming from that same area, kind of what you told me, because it's different when you hear it from somebody who lived there and you really know them. That's your area, your town. Tell the chat and everybody listening, like, kind of what you know about her and who she run with, background.
Right. Okay. So she, I'm from Flint, born and raised in Flint. And, I know once I seen her like coming up, of course, we went to Olympics. Flint is kind of sort of a boxing town. It's a sports town in general, but it's really a boxing town. A lot of boxers, a couple heavyweights, a couple gold medals. She even won a gold medal. They come from Flint, and they come from the worst areas of Flint, and she so happened to live in one of those areas growing up, right? So she grew up fighting, because that's just what they do in those areas. You got to always be proving yourself. You got to always, you know what I'm saying? You got to always be standing up for yourself, because everybody's is, the economics are low, no jobs, decapitated houses all around you. When you walk into school, it's just a mess, right? Then you had the water crisis that added to it, so it's just really the areas that, they live in, the areas that she live in is really, really bad, right? So once she started to get some notoriety and started to get some fame, I started to kind of see some things from afar, like, okay, Claressa, you're starting to get on these big stages. I'm gonna need you to kind of class it up a little bit, because in order for you to be able to maintain your spot, that's how you're going to have to, be presenting yourself. And for whatever reason, it's almost like she's fighting that. It's like she wants to kind of have a little ghetto, so to speak, on her jacket. And at this point in her career, she doesn't need to do that anymore. She didn't win multiple belts. She the heavyweight champion. She's that person, right? And then even down to like some of the guys she was dating, we know these guys from the neighborhood. Even then, we was like, Claressa, to ourselves and amongst each other, is like, hey, you might need to kind of pick better friends, pick, better individuals you're dating. Not to say we're like trying to run her life or give her, but when you see somebody that can potentially make it out of where she was making it out of, you want them to make good decisions, right? Yeah. And we was just constantly like kind of sort of seeing she was doing good boxing, but personally it was just looking like bad decisions was being made all the way up to, her getting on social media, starting to have some shine on social media and the things that she was doing on social media, all the way up to, her and Remy Ma getting into it over Papoose, and then, Papoose and her getting together. And now she just have another fight, wins the fight. Papoose is here. Papoose and them, what they do. You know what they do.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
did.
I'm saying?
I said that in a comment on Instagram. I said, y'all know Pat be smoking them caps.
You know what's happening. And
Uh-huh.
she then thought that she's, sometimes you start to think you bigger than what you really are. And these people will show you, just like they're showing her right now. You running around, you're talking loud, you're being loud all over the place. Boxing is boxing. They still want you to have some cachet, especially in women's boxing. And that cachet ain't been coming across, so to speak. 1 minute you think it is, and then the next minute you look up and she twerking, on Instagram, and she the champ, right? So I think now, this is like that initial wake-up call to her. Like, if you continue to keep acting the way you've been acting, after this happens to you, then we really gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? We really gonna show you what this is really about. And I'm hoping she's smart enough to understand that and get it together and continue on with her career, her beautiful career that she's had and continue to have. I'm hoping that'll be the end result behind this. But we don't like it, bro.
Yeah.
Us Michiganders, we
That's
don't
what
like
y'all, that's the word. Y'all don't like it. Y'all all. It sounds like you probably echo. You definitely echoing what the vibe is there, as far as like y'all like proud of her, and y'all want her to remove herself from that old crowd and go ahead and be great, be the Floyd Mayweather that she can be in her sport.
Right.
That's what it seemed like, and I would feel the same way. Because of course we know everybody's smoking Mary J and all that, so it ain't about that. It's about, like you said, the decorum and the cachet, and just when you are a professional at something, they expect
you got to make better decisions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we pulling for you, Claressa. Don't knock out Greg if you see him in Flint. He just
don't swing on me.
Yeah,
I love
he
you.
might be. Yeah, I had to put that out there, Greg, because I'll be putting these clips on my Instagram. I might just throw the hottest Greg take on Claressa on my page just to send a little heat your way. But we love Claressa. Yeah. We definitely support her on this show. And
man, we love Claressa, man. Yeah, we just want her to be great, man. You took the words right out of all of our mouths, man. She's great. We just want her to continue to be great. And she's still young, too. That's the thing about it. You know what I'm saying? She got a whole life ahead of her. And, she going to live her life the way she want to live her life, no matter what anybody says. But, when you're the hometown hero, you're going to have individuals like myself who want her to win, who's concerned about some of the moves that she make, but at the end of the day, she gonna do what she want to do.
Yeah, but like you said, it's a decision that 90% of us that come from where she come from and made it out of the hood. It's a choice that every single last one of us had to make. So she ain't no different, but she definitely gonna have to make that decision, because this is just a warning sign. This is something that's nothing really in the big scheme of things, but it can be if she continue to move the way she's moving. And I kind of seen what you're talking about, and it's definitely like you got to leave that behind. Because the thing is, Claressa want to be great because she put the work in. You don't work as hard as she worked and not want to be the best and the greatest. So don't mess that up by running around with people who ain't training to be the greatest every day. They just running around with you.
And what's crazy, man, it could just be gone just like that.
Yeah.
That's the part I hope she understands more so than anything. You know what I'm saying? She could be the champ today, keep doing things like this. One thing leads to another, and she's out of here. She back in Flint with them same ones who, basically, coattail, individuals, and misery loves company.
Yeah. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Well, I got something crazy real quick, Greg. Did you see that DJ Khaled? They rolled up to DJ Khaled's address with a casket on it that said R.I.P. Drake in the OVO.
Bro, what is going on, man?
I don't know.
Are they on the Epstein list? And this is how they
something crazy. Because
they gonna roll it out. They did it to 6ix9ine too.
Yeah, about King Von.
Yeah.
Something going on.
Oh man, that's seen that, man. I was like, wow. What is that about?
Khaled has spoke out talking about he got something coming out with Drake on it. And then Drake said something about the Drake bail. It was supposed to be some smart comment. I didn't get it. I didn't have time to look into it. But the bottom line is Drake and Khaled ain't on the same page. And Drake probably, Drake probably don't fool with anybody that ain't speak out for him, throughout all this. You know what I mean? Drake, he literally gave Khaled records to help elevate Khaled. You know what I mean? So I know Drake like, bruh, you should have been one of the main ones that had my back. And so now that stuff kind of blew. I mean, it's still going on, but it's kind of blew over. Now you want to announce you got Drake on your stuff. So I actually can't even blame Drake on being mad about that though. You know what I'm saying? Because I would be too. Like, bro, don't be trying to use my name now. When the heat was on, where was you?
Yeah.
When we was all putting on the black clothes and the scullies, you wasn't putting yours on. You disappeared. So
Drake was like, who? Drake Bell?
Yeah. Drake Bell. It must be Drake Bell.
Right.
Hey, because Drake, now one thing I'm gonna give Drake. Y'all know I'm a Kendrick fan, but one thing I'm gonna give Drake, for better or for worse, he be standing 10 toes. Like, you know what I mean? Like he might look goofy when he do it. He might not do it right. He might look a little awkward, but he ain't like when he was mad about DeMar DeRozan. Him and his boy went courtside and me mugged DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
Whole game. It was corny when you looked at it, but I have to give Drake a credit for even standing 10 toes, even if he getting, even if they mopping the floor with him.
Right.
Just like this DJ Khaled thing. He didn't have to come out and say that, but he want Khaled to know, nah, bruh, you ain't slick.
Right. Like you're not about to ride this wave no more.
Yeah, I don't think people in the chat saw that story, Greg.
Which one?
The one about so let me give him a little summary real quick. So DJ Khaled, this is courtesy of the Jasmine brand, a blog that I follow, been following for a long time. This is like the new blog. They be having they came up because they be having kind of the stories before a lot of the other blogs. But anyway, DJ Khaled had an eerie delivery to his Miami home on Saturday, February 15th. And this was actually also reported by TMZ originally. 2 men pulled up and told his security guard that they were with a delivery company. After they were allowed through, they delivered a large black casket with R.I.P. Drake and R.I.P. OVO written on top in white. Now, the casket also had a large white upside down cross across the top of it. Now, according to the police report, the men bowed and prayed before leaving the casket there. The security guard had it thrown in the trash after that. This comes after Drake and DJ Khaled had a small tiff on social media when Khaled announced that he had a Drake feature, and Drake responded, and I quote, "must be Drake Bell," suggesting he had nothing to do with the project. Interestingly enough, Tekashi 6ix9ine also had a casket delivered to his home by two men in a Tesla. And it had the words R.I.P. King Von written on top. And that referenced Tekashi's feud with the late rapper. Crazy stuff. But if I'm DJ Khaled and I'm paying my security, why y'all got people bringing stuff through, bowing and praying and doing all this? And how was they not removed? That's what I don't understand. See, they security guards. See, that's the one thing. Hey, Greg, remember we was talking about Floyd's security guards, right?
Right.
If that was Floyd's security guards, that story would have went a little different. You ain't coming in there delivering and doing all that.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. That's what I'm saying, man. When you're that type of high profile individuals, you can't make them kind of slip ups. Everybody would have been fired today.
Yeah,
everybody.
I'm telling y'all right now, if somebody pulled up to my address and dropped the casket off and all that and bowed and prayed and was able to do all that, Greg would fire them 5 minutes after that. Everybody would go. Telling y'all right now. So that's why, hey, look, that's why, like with Greg, when you got a little insight on this stuff and kind of been in these situations, you read stories totally different. You know, I'll be like,
right,
okay, I get the rip with the stories about, but let me tell you the story that they ain't telling is how the heck your security let all this happen?
What? Khaled? Come on, man.
Khaled better get him some new security before he be up out of here.
ASAP. I mean, that could have been a bomb. That could have been, that could have been anything, bro. And they put it at his gate. So, and it was a big enough casket to have a lot of, dynamite, whatever they do. And man, I could have took his whole house out, man.
Sure could have.
You know what I'm saying?
They was bowing. Hey, look, when they was bowing, by the time they lifted up their head, they would have been up there with their maker. They would say, dang, that was a quick, that prayer worked fast. I'm in heaven right now. Because I ain't letting all that go. That's too much. That's too close for comfort.
Right.
Shoot. Hey, look, Greg, I only got a few 100,000 followers, and I'm my head on a swivel. I ain't letting stuff like that go down. I ain't nowhere near no Drake or no Khaled or nowhere near it. And I ain't letting all that go down. So for Khaled to let
you can't even be missing in action for hours without us being like, where in the HE double hockey stick are you?
Yeah, I ain't going. That's totally true. That is totally true. Yeah, it is. And I like that. But yeah, and that's what I mean when you ain't surrounded by real love, man, because that don't happen. Like you said, even back in July when I was doing the JP, when all that happened, I didn't post for 2 straight days. Man, my supporters and fans was all over the internet trying to find out what happened to me. They were talking about this. They thought one of the cases I was covering. They thought that person that killed me, and it was an APB put out for me just because I didn't post 2 days in a row. I was working on the podcast, the original first pilot episode. But that showed me, I was like, dang, I got real. They got real love for your boy out here. Cause hey, look, they was on Facebook to the point where, hey, Greg, my best friend Darnell Brent, I just talked to him the night before. He texted me in the middle of the night, like, you all right? I said, yeah, I'm cool. He said, man, they on Facebook talking about you dead. I said, nah, man, I'm right here.
That's crazy.
My people was tripping, you know what I mean? Because I did an interview with somebody who was controversial and who was suspected of killing somebody. And I had been calling out that person for months, and then they picked me to do the interview. So everybody kind of thought it was a setup. And so while I was working on it, I didn't post. for 2 straight days, and I don't never go 2 days without posting somewhere. So my people went crazy, and that was the first time that I said, "Oh yeah, my people they ain't gonna play about me."
Man,
I appreciate that.
you see what's in the chat, right?
No, I ain't look what's going on in the chat.
Man, Miss Wallace passed away, man. Biggie.
Oh no.
We was just talking about Biggie, what, yesterday? Day before yesterday?
Yeah. Oh. Let's have a moment of silence, man. Let's have a minute, 30 seconds, some of silence.
All right, man.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
Yeah, man, I used to like Miss Wallace too, man.
I love her.
Yeah, I just liked her. I know she might have been like Trinidadian, she was from, over Jamaica, one of those places. And I used to like her strength.
Yeah, man. That's how you know she had visible strength, because that was the first thing I was about to say. Go ahead, girl. I was about to say that. I was about to say she was strong.
Yeah, she was a strong man, well spoken.
Yeah, well spoken.
Didn't
like Diddy.
Made it a point to let it be known she did not like Diddy
from the beginning.
Yeah, from the beginning.
She didn't like Diddy from the beginning. Even when Biggie had blew up, she didn't like him.
Yeah.
He told him not to go out to LA with Diddy. You know why? Because she knew that Diddy didn't care nothing about her son for real at all. And a parent can see that.
Right. So yeah, man, that's a major. First, it was Tupac. Tupac's mom.
You said she was Jamaican.
Yeah, I think so. She's Trinidad or Jamaican. I don't know if both of those are the same, but she definitely was from, the islands.
Yes, that's a good point, Mini Me. She's at peace with her son now, so shoot, I imagine, to be honest, she'd probably be rather be where she is right now with her son than where she was before. So, definitely prayers to the Wallace family, to Biggie's son that looked just like him. He just lost his grandmother. Keep him in your prayers.
Yep, daughter.
Daughter. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about the daughter.
And man, so that's kind of crazy, man. They both, Tupac's mom and Biggie mom couldn't leave the earth knowing who actually, took their sons away from them too, man. That's that's sad.
Yeah, that's real sad, man. Dang.
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Miss Wallace.
Rest in peace, Miss Wallace. And you know what's crazy? Today is the day, the 60th anniversary of Malcolm X. Malcolm X died today, 60 years ago.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, shot at the theater. I can't remember the name of the theater, and in New York. 60 years ago, man.
Wow. Please like the live and share the live, y'all. I'm glad you gave us that information about Malcolm X. That's another one of my what you call it, inspirations is Malcolm X. I love Malcolm X. Seeing that movie back in the day changed me. A lot of stuff I didn't know about that was going on. That movie opened my eyes.
You know what I thought about when I came across that? Malcolm was how old was he when he passed away? Young 30.
Yeah, I think he was in his early 30s.
Yeah, he was 39 when he passed away.
Oh, late 30s. Okay. Damn, he was that. I didn't even think he made it to almost 40. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was 39 when he passed away. I just when I saw it, I kind of went into a rabbit hole in my own mind, just thinking about like what would the world be if some of those leaders could have, still been here and not be executed. Him, Martin Luther King, JFK, Robert Kennedy. These were trailblazers to like just even the playing fields. When it came to race relations. Of course, Malcolm had his way of going about it, and then Martin had his way of going about it.
Yeah,
But at
like
the
both
end
of
of
those cats.
yeah, but at the end of the day, all they really wanted was equality, for black folk. And people like Robert Kennedy and JFK, they were the same way, man. So and they all were taken out because of that. That's the crazy part about it, because they wanted it to be an even playing field. They all were executed. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? It
Right.
just,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
just
Yep.
just imagine if that wasn't the case, and they could have continued to trailblaze and grew in their own, thoughts and understanding. What kind of world would we have today, man? I that's the rabbit hole I went down when I
Oh,
saw that.
we would have had a beautiful world, and that's why they were taken out.
Right.
They were scared of, and hey, look, that was a once in a lifetime type of situation where you had, and then you had Malcolm and Martin, where they both were touching everybody, because you had the more rebellious, more in your face approach. If you was that type of guy, you was a Malcolm guy. If you was more of the uh Martin style, where it was like peace and let everybody see how horrible they are over there, but don't you do anything, because at the end of the day you're gonna let them look bad. And that was more Martin's approach. If that was more like what you were about, then you were more of a Martin guy. If you was a little mix, you was both. But to have both uh personality types covered, and they both looking for the same thing, and both were intelligent, and both had movements that were growing and growing, man, they didn't want that at all. They didn't want that at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just amazing how execution was a thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and we
They just
got a
get rid of
glimpse of it with Trump, when that happened to Trump. But back then, that was a thing. Were if you were changing the minds of the people, they felt threatened enough to execute you.
Yep. Yep. When they
That's
saw
crazy.
you had the power, and you had a movement, they just got rid of you. It was
Just
even
like
a
that.
moment. It was even a moment when James Brown, when he first was on the rise, and he was on the "I'm Black and I'm Proud," and "Power to the People," and all of that. And then when it got to the point where they saw that James Brown had more power than the politicians, that's when they told him, "You need to calm down." Even James Brown kind of talked about it in like a roundabout way, where he basically got sent a message to calm down, or he'll be up out of here. And if you remember, there was an era, and this is kind of almost before my era, but I was like really, really tiny, or even I heard stories or saw press clippings. But you remember, it was a time period where they went to destroy James Brown's name, if
Oh
you
yeah.
remember. And that was all a part of once they realized that the people, and when I say the people, when you got blacks, whites, Latinos, and everybody behind you, that's when they scared. See, when you just got all one race, or let's say you got all the blacks behind you, they ain't scared of that. You know, it's once you get everybody and your crowd is anybody, it's black, it's white, it's women, it's men, it's this and that. When that grows, that's when they get worried, and that's when you got to be careful. And that's what James Brown did.
You know what saved James Brown?
Go ahead.
You know what saved him?
What?
Because I'm not in that era, but I remember that era. Mm-hmm. He ended up having a relationship with Ronald Reagan.
Okay, I didn't know that.
And James, to the point where James Brown visited the White House with Ronald Reagan, and they did a photo op and everything. And after that is when James Brown pretty much was able to kind of get back to living his normal life. Not normal because he was James Brown.
I know what you're saying, but
you know what I'm saying? Normal to the point where the higher ups or the ones who can, in your career backed away because, he was down with, one of the most liked presidents in, U.S. history, so to speak.
Yep. So that's good. Well, hey, look, that's good news to me. I mean, that's news to me because I knew somehow he got some type of protection. I never knew exactly how it happened because like you said, that wasn't my era. I was kind of getting press clippings and information secondhand, but it definitely makes sense. He was like, man, Ronald Reagan took him under his wing a little bit, and that gave him the protection he needed.
Yep.
Especially at that time. Because Reagan was the man. Whether he was the man. He was the man. I don't care if he was a Republican or a Democrat. Reagan was the man.
Yeah, man. Little sad news, man. We you want to talk about the billionaires, the billionaire list?
Go ahead. Yeah. I saw that list, but I didn't get to really dive into it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let me just kind of go through it with chat. Let you the black billionaires.
Okay.
All right. We got now some of these people have, names that I may mispronounce, but I'm gonna try to get as close as I possibly can. Michael Lee Chin, and you guys can look these people up if you want to. 1.2 billion. LeBron James, 1.2 billion. Muhammad Ibrahim, 1.3 billion. Tiger Woods, 1.3 billion. Rihanna, 1.4 billion. You see why ASAP jumped in that lap? Mm-hmm. All right. Topi Awantana, 1.4 billion. Tyler Perry, 1.4 billion. Junior Bridgman, 1.4 billion. Magic Johnson, 1.6 billion. Fema Otedola, 1.7 billion. Strife Masawana, 1.8 billion. Adobio Agalisi, 2.3 billion. Jay-Z, 2.5 billion. Patrice Monteseppi, 2.8 billion. Oprah, 3 billion. Michael Jordan, 3.5 billion. Abdul-Saman Rabu, 4.7 billion. Mike Adunga, 6.8 billion. Alexander Karp, 10.2 billion. Robert Smith, 10.8 billion. David Stewart, $11.4 billion. And last, Aliko Dangote, $23.9 billion. Bruh.
I'm glad you read that. And you know why I'm glad you read that? It ain't even gonna be the reason that most people think. A lot of people, if you was listening to that, that's a good argument for, Greg, or a good argument against the people that try to say they just trying to bring down our black billionaire when they talking about Diddy.
Right.
I'll be like, that's just the only black billionaire y'all know. We got a lot of black billionaires with way more money than Diddy, and they ain't taking them in for freak off parties.
Good point.
So I'm glad you brought that up. And that's what I want people to realize. Let's stop with that. Let's not give people the excuse to just be terrible, man. Because it ain't that. Ain't nobody just coming for our black billionaires. If they're gonna come for Robert Smith. He got 12 billion. How many billion he got, Greg?
He got 10.8.
He got 10.8 billion. Why they ain't coming for him? Talking about he had freak off parties. What was the one after him, before him, Greg? What was the next person?
You had a guy named Alexander Karp.
How many billion?
10.2.
Why they ain't coming after him? Somebody put GHB and baby oil and all that. Because
Jordan 3.5. I ain't heard Jordan doing no freak offs.
They ain't trying to bring Jordan down, quote unquote. So I'm just glad. I'm really glad you read that, just for people who might see this can get off of that. They trying to bring down a billionaire crap. While I'm sitting here knowing that I know victims. It ain't about nobody trying to bring down a billionaire. They bringing down a powerful man who been running amok on his own community for decades. That's what's happening. But that's I'm glad you brought that list. I saw the list and I like skimmed it and saw like Jordan and Jay-Z, but I'm glad you went through and all of the list and just to show how many black billionaires out there. Because people seem to think, and I'm talking about a lot of our own people, sometimes tend to think that the only way we got a billion is if we rapping and singing and stuff. And that ain't the case.
That's 22 billionaires, man. Black billionaires.
Yeah. And out of that, and it ain't a Diddy on that list, was it? Diddy ain't on that list, right?
Man, Diddy ain't nowhere close to that list no more.
So they ain't trying to bring down no black billionaire. Diddy, he bringing out a regular Joe according to that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Greg. Also, did you see Young Thug trying to get his stuff back? They still got his stuff.
What, like his assets?
Young Thug wants back his cars, $150,000 in cash, firearms, and jewelry that was seized by the state during the raid. You mean they ain't returned that yet?
What you mean? They might not.
So hey, look. So I guess once he take this, whatchamacallit, I mean, he's saying ain't none of that, like the money and none of that was in question.
Why don't he have it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't in question and he was supposed to have it, he would have it.
So they saying, according to documents, it appears Young Thug will attempt to retrieve possession seized by the state. They just don't know when the hearing is gonna be.
Man,
that 150,000 gone.
Young Thug better be careful. That's what he better do. Cause he
hey Greg, he's talking about before they have a hearing and bring him back in or something.
Man, he already on very, very, very thin ice.
Yeah, he need to walk lightly, don't he, Greg?
Yeah, he need to go make some more. That's what he need to do. You know what I'm
They
saying?
like, don't worry about this over here that we done took.
Yeah. You know, where did you get it from in the first place? You ain't making that much money doing music, son. Do we
Right.
want to get into where you really made this money? How do you know? He, he can open Pandora's box, and I don't think he want to do that. I don't think he want to do that.
Yeah, then they look, they're gonna be like, they're gonna say that, then he gonna be like, you know what, y'all gonna keep it.
Right.
I'm going about my business.
Right.
Especially, hey, look, and we gotta talk about this. I don't know what else you got over there, but we gotta talk about what you think about Jaguar Wright being honored with the Defender of Freedom Award for dedication to truth and justice at Mar-a-Lago.
Huh?
Oh, you didn't hear about that, Greg? Chat. I know the chat heard about it. Tell Greg about Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright. This is a Vibe magazine. Jaguar Wright honored with Defender of Freedom Award for dedication to truth and justice. This was given at Trump's Mar-a-Lago club in Palm Beach. So okay. It says right here, Greg. I'm gonna give you the skinny on it. Then you can tell me what you think. Jaguar Wright was the recipient of a special award during a ceremony on Tuesday, February 18th, by the America's Future Incorporated, which is a nonprofit organization, presented by General Michael Flynn. The singer was one of several individuals, and when they say singer, they talking about Jaguar Wright. They were one of the individuals that were honored at the event, which was held at President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach, Florida. Jaguar Wright, a voice of truth and courage, began the post shared across America's Future social media platforms. And it says, and I quote, "Tonight, Jaguar Wright was honored with the Defender of Freedom Award presented by General Michael Flynn in recognition of her fearless dedication to truth and justice. As a bold and unapologetic voice in the fight for transparency and accountability, Jaguar continues to shine a light where others fear to tread." Thoughts, Greg?
Well, what that tells me is that Diddy ain't getting no pardon from Trump.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was wondering if you was going to say the same thing I was thinking. All right, well, there go. Hey, look, Diddy's pardon just went down the proverbial toilet.
Right. That's crazy what you just said, bro.
You know I had to hit you with one, Greg.
And then the general, what's his name? Huh?
Michael Flynn.
Michael Flynn is Trump's boy. He pardoned Michael Flynn.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael Flynn was the one who gave Jaguar Wright the award.
Yeah.
Diddy's done. If he was
Diddy is cooked. I'm telling you, that's when your boy Greg number 3, because we got G Money, the other Greg, because I called a lawyer that bounced. That's you, Greg. You like, I ain't about to be a part of this charade. But that might have been another thing when he saw Jaguar Wright get the award, basically a Nobel Peace Prize. He said, "Diddy cooked. I'm out of here, man."
Man,
Diddy is fried. And then also, I think that presentation also was to present and show that, guys, if you thought the Diddy list wasn't coming, you got another thing coming.
Wow.
Jaguar Wright is known for 2 things: Diddy and Jay-Z. That's what she's known for. So she ain't getting no award and for them to make them look stupid. Let's just say that.
No. They could have gave that to anybody.
They could have gave that to anybody. They know what's coming down the pipe.
Wow, bro. You just messed me up with that one, bro. Wow. Jaguar Wright getting awards from Trump's boy in Mar-a-Lago?
And they holding it up. Look great.
Wow.
Jaguar, y'all.
That photo right there should have Diddy shaking in his boots.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy right there.
Sum up. Sum up. That's all I'm gonna say. They gave her an award for some reason. It's gonna be whether it's list, some because it ain't gonna they ain't gonna let it blow up in their face. So it's something coming down the pipe. I'm telling you. Watch. Let's just like we say, let's let everything, let the chips fall, y'all, and watch and see what comes in the future of this. You got Cash Patel, leader of the FBI, about to bring the Epstein list and Diddy list. That's all he been talking about. He ain't even been talking about nothing else for real as far as the FBI. All Cash been talking about is the Epstein and Diddy list. So them things is coming. Them things coming. And if I was to guess, I don't know. For some reason, I see him coming after the Enterprise letter and all that. But now that they done sworn him in, like he done made it, I don't know how long. Oh, I'm gonna ask you, Greg. So he won the vote. When does he take action? When is he officially in position to do stuff? Like when does that happen? I guess that's what I need to know before I speak.
Well, he's been confirmed, so he's the FBI director.
So
He's
he
him.
in right now.
Yeah, he's him right now.
Okay. Also, well, I ain't gonna say then. I don't know when the list might come sooner. It might come before the Enterprise letter. Then, if he already in position, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
He moving around right now as we speak.
Okay.
Getting in his office. He's already been confirmed. They've already took the votes. You know what I'm saying? So he's the FBI director. There's nothing else to that he needs to do, but get in the position and start doing the work.
Wow. Yeah, this was a this is a heck of a Friday lunch episode, ain't it, Craig? We dropping some bombs.
But I got another bomb.
Go ahead. I know you did. What's up?
What's up with TD Jakes?
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot about Mr. Power Bottom.
Yeah, he trying to deny.
I forgot about Mr. Swallow.
He got the sexual assault allegations. He's trying to deny them. But the brothers, he's saying that whoever these two guys are, I guess they brothers. He's saying that they running a $6 million extortion plot against him. So TD Jakes over there in all kind of hot water as well.
Wow. Yeah. So do you got any
They didn't break
information
it down
on what's going on? Oh, they didn't break it down?
No, he's denying. So these two brothers, I guess they filed sexual assault allegations against him, and I'm assuming they asking for $6 million. And he trying to wiggle his way up out of that in public opinion. But I think people kind of, unfortunately for TD Jakes, I think they didn't coupled him with Diddy. And he can't get away from it now.
Yep. Because one thing people said that make a lot of sense is whether you believe or don't believe whatever TD's saying or whatever, he had no business there at a Diddy party in any kind of way. Not as a pastor or a bishop or whatever. You got no place at a Diddy party.
None.
So
if you're dealing with Diddy, it's supposed to be one-on-one, and it has to be spiritual. You can't have no fun.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it, Greg. You can't be having no fun with the diddler.
No.
And we all know, just like TD Jakes have to know what diddler doing. You know what I'm saying? Like TD know, you know what I mean? Everybody know what Diddy been doing, especially them. So you being bishop or pastor, I don't know exactly what exactly to call them, but you one of those and you there, you already wrong. And see what happened is it's all good if don't nothing hit the fan, but stuff has hit the fan.
Yeah. When it wasn't hitting the fan, he just was looking like the cool bishop. And,
Right.
TD Jakes here, he's the cool bishop. Knowing in the back of your mind as you saying that, you like, TJ, you know you ain't supposed to be up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, why is he in here? Like, if I was at a Diddy party and I seen TD Jakes, I would be, in my mind, I would be like, why are you in here? You know what's going on up in here.
Right.
So, yeah, they trying to get in them pockets, man. They trying to sully TD Jakes. Well, TD Jakes' name. You remember when he had the fake heart attack on stage not too long ago?
I wish we had the live show going on when that was going on. We need to cover that.
Man, that was the worst acting job in acting history, bro. TD Jakes, man.
Hey y'all, how much this is a question off subject of how much are cap and gowns?
Oh, yo, you talking, man, my son's 27, 28. It's been so long. They expensive. I put it to you like that.
That's why I'm trying to get that's why I'm asking. My son taking too long to tell me. So I want how much these things be costing?
You probably in that 200 range, somewhere around there. I'm gonna say that because I think that's what the cost was for my sons. It might be a whole different ball game now.
Well, I'm gonna send him 200. My son be working, so if
right.
there's anything over that, he got it. But
no,
I'll send him 200.
I think 200 you'd be good.
All right, I'm gonna send him 200 for the cap and gown. I needed that. Hey, look, my son so much like me. He'll never make you feel like he using you for money because I hit him up on Friday last week and asked him what money did he need for graduation and all this type of stuff. And then he said all he knows is cap and gown, and he gonna find out what else. So he said he'll find out on Monday. And he asked his counselor. Monday come, he don't call me. He don't say nothing. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I had to hit him up. I say, man, Monday came and gone. What's up with the cap and gown? He's like, oh, shoot, my bad. I'm in class. Right after class, I'm going to ask the counselor. So he said it's the cap and gown and all that. And so he going to give me the price and all that. But I just kind of want to know what it costs. But that's my son in a nutshell. Like, you can be giving him some money and he ain't going to bother. Like, if it was me and somebody when I was his age, my dad or anybody supposed to give me some money Monday, I don't care what it's for. I'm hitting you up 8:30 a.m. Hey, send me that money.
Right.
my son, you got to call him about giving him money. But so cap and gown, $200. I'm glad y'all told me that. I'm gonna send that to him and be done.
Yeah, you should be good, man. Bro, you hear Cybertrucks are being discontinued? Did you hear that?
No. And I wanted one back in the day before everything got spooky. Wow, for real? That's crazy.
They're discontinued, man. No more Cybertrucks. And when I seen it, and when I seen it, somebody was bringing one back. They paid like $125 for it. And they were trying to give them like 60, 70,000 for it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the return on them, I mean, on most cars is crazy, but you would think that had a little value you would think it would have value, but being that they're discontinuing it, they lowballing people and they trying to bring them back. People literally are trying to bring the trucks back for a number of reasons. They say, but the main reason is, they basically are being discontinued, so they're trying to get rid of them.
Wow. So no more Cybertruck.
No more Cybertrucks. They mad at Elon too.
I was about to say, because people, they made such a big deal about them. You didn't think it was gonna come and be discontinued.
Yeah.
Do you know how much that affect your value of the car once it's discontinued?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. See, I always know one thing about Flow. I always know when to get in and when to get out. I got that top of the line Tesla when it came out, the Tesla S, one of the first people in America with it. I got a chance to enjoy the Tesla, and I took road trips in it, all type of stuff. I got to enjoy having the electric car. It was super fast. It was definitely a conversation starter. Like everybody wanted to talk about the Tesla. Every time I went somewhere, I would go to the bank and come out the bank. It'd be 4-5 people standing around the car want to talk to me about it. So I got my enjoyment out of the Tesla, and I wanted a Cybertruck. And then I just did. It took so long for them to come. I kind of lost my thirst for it. And then when it came out, I started seeing so many recalls and all that type of stuff. And I didn't, I lost my desire to get one, and I'm so glad, because look at now. I would have been pissed.
Yeah. Man, I had to just block somebody, man. Who is Sylvia Jeffries?
Man, I told y'all we're gonna start getting whatchamacallits.
She was in here wilding.
Man, y'all better get y'all. Hey, look, I see I'm a veteran at have emotion online. Y'all better get used to that. Ain't nothing. We just getting started, Greg. You gonna have about 30, 40, 50 of them. Every time we come on.
They're gonna be getting banned quickly. I don't play that.
Yeah, this YouTube world, there's people who just miserable and they just come in. Hey, look, I'll be watching up my people channels who I watch and follow, and they just straight be cussing everybody out and blocking them. That's a thing on YouTube for real. Like cussing out the trolls and blocking them. Like that's part of the show, actually.
I can see why.
Yeah, this part of the show is like they just be randomly scouring YouTube to see where they can go and make noise. But one thing about it, I know Greg, that's why you always around. You my boy. You ain't gonna miss nothing.
Nah.
I told you I've been doing this so long and had so many big platforms that I'm numb to it. I barely don't even see them. Like, hey, look, I thought you blocked her. She's still popping up. She came back alive like Michael Myers.
How'd she do that?
I don't know. Sylvia's strong.
Yeah.
There you go. You banned her again. Oh, you banned her this time.
Yeah, she banned.
Banned. Okay, we can't talk about that. What about your boy Neo, Greg?
Let me kind of put it like this. Of course I like Neo, right? Mm-hmm. But I don't like when, if that's your lifestyle, that's fine, right? You do what you want to do. It's illegal, so he might want to be careful. But the way he's so flamboyant with it and just putting it in everybody's face, man, I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest with you. I feel like I don't like it, but at the same time, I kind of understand, he is who he is. He claims he's tried to be monogamous, pretty much all his life, and this is the lifestyle that makes him, happy. And I'm all about you being happy, You know what I'm saying? I don't, if you're miserable in monogamy and you're happy in this lifestyle, more power to you. But I don't like all the flaunting it in your face and kissing the girl, smacking the boo. Come on, bro.
Yep, I'm with you on that. I'm with you 100% on that. The glorifying of it is, it just comes off as like, I mean, corny for one thing, but also just very distasteful.
Yeah, man.
If you happy, be happy, but glorifying it and throwing it in people's face, I just don't agree with that part of it. Because then you start, it come across as kind of like a show, you just putting on a show. It ain't really about no real love or nothing real. It's just like content.
Yeah. And it kind of gives me insecurity. It gives me
Exactly.
like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like a dude who grew up and didn't have, an opportunity to have, ladies in his life to, to understand how to be in a relationship with a woman. You know what I'm saying? It gives me that desperate. Yeah, I don't like it, man. I mean, I get it. He's happy. If he happy, I'm happy, but I don't like the flaunting it in front of everybody's face like that. I don't like that.
Yeah. Sylvia came back, Greg, your arch nemesis.
No, okay. Well, I mean, she going hard too, I see. Well, we about to be out of here anyway,
Yeah,
so
we
what's
out
she
of
gonna
here
do?
anyway, man. It's Friday, man.
Yeah.
Sylvia, go. You're gonna have to find another live. You caught us a little bit too late.
Yeah.
Hey, you're gonna have to
Sylvia.
find a new one. When you hear this, Sylvia, this man,
Yeah, you on the chopping blocks. You're on the chopping blocks. But stop being a hater, Sylvia. Stop being a hater. You know what I'm saying?
Jennifer said you keep changing her name. Oh man, lunchtime with Flo and Greg is we coming to the end. I hated everybody enjoy their weekend. I appreciate you rocking with us. Like the live, share the live, pump the live up. Once the live posts, come back to this post and leave us some comments in there. It helps the algorithm. Much love to everybody. Everybody make sure they wish, not dream up, a happy birthday. We will see everybody Monday. We are.